It always starts the same way. News breaks, shelves clear, and suddenly everyone's trying to catch up. But while people focus on the obvious, it's the quiet, everyday items that disappear first. The ones no one thinks about until they're gone. These 11 are the ones you'll wish you had. Look, we've all seen it happen. The panic, the rush, the shelves getting wiped clean overnight. And yeah, people always grab the usual stuff. Food, water, batteries. But what about the gear nobody talks about? The everyday products that quietly become impossible to find the moment a shutdown begins? That's what this list is about. Not hype. Don't panic. Just real items that vanish fast, because when the pressure hits, people start noticing what actually matters. We're going to walk through 11 low-key essentials that most people overlook, but the ones who stay prepared, they know exactly why these matter. So, if you're here to get ahead of the crowd, to prepare smartly and stay calm no matter what happens, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe if you're into practical prepping, and let's break this down together. If staying one step ahead matters to you, hit that subscribe and stay ready before everyone else starts to panic. Number 1. Cable management sleeves and Velcro straps. Here's something nobody grabs until the place turns into a jungle of wires. In any kind of extended shutdown, you'll quickly realize how many devices you're trying to run off backup solar panels, battery banks, inverters, radios, lights, chargers, fans, and suddenly, you've got wires everywhere. That's where cable management sleeves and Velcro straps come in, and trust me, they're lifesavers. People don't think of this as a survival item. But in a dark, crowded space where kids, pets, or even you can trip, tangle, or damage, essential lines-keeping cables organized isn't optional. It's smart prep. These sleeves bundle up your gear wires so they don't twist or break. Velcro straps? Even better. You can rewrap, resecure, and adjust them constantly. No zip ties wasted, no scissors needed. Now here's the kicker. Once shutdowns begin, everyone's scrambling to set up power corners, solar charging stations, or DIY lighting setups. That's when cable chaos starts. You're not finding these in stores anymore. Not the good ones, especially not the reusable ones. And don't count on using rubber bands, they break fast and melt in heat. Your prep move? Grab a couple of 10-feet cable sleeves and at least a 30-pack of reusable Velcro ties. They're dirt cheap now, and they take up no space in your kit. Bonus? They double as gear ties, backpack compression tools, even makeshift tourniquet wraps in extreme situations. In short, this tiny detail keeps your whole setup clean, safe, and running smooth. Because one snapped cable at the wrong time? That's power lost, light is lost, options lost, and when the grid's down, every little fix becomes a big deal. Number 2. Reusable metal street raws. Yeah, this one sounds weird at first, metal straws, but hear me out. When a shutdown hits and sanitation becomes a mess, drinking straight from bottles or shared cups isn't just uncomfortable, it's risky. Metal straws are small, reusable, and can seriously reduce contamination in group settings. Think about it. If water is scarce and you're rationing juice, electrolyte mix, or canned liquids, people will be sipping from the same containers. That's how germs spread fast. But with metal straws, everyone uses their own. Wash it, wipe it, reuse it. Now here's where it gets interesting. You're not just limited to drinking. Metal straws are strong and narrow, which makes them handy for things like siphoning small amounts of fuel, poking out clogged filters, even emergency first aid uses like improvised airway tools or fluid drains in extreme conditions. No joke, ask any field medic or hiker who's ever had to improvise. And let's not forget, plastic straws will disappear first. They're single-use, they melt, and most people don't stock them anymore. Meanwhile, a good stainless steel straw is heat-resistant, washable, and nearly indestructible. You toss one in your kit, and it's there for years. Your prep move? Pick up a 4-pack with the cleaning brushes included. Keep one in your go bag, one in your main supply bin, and hand out the others to your group. They weigh nothing, cost almost nothing, and offer more value than they look like. In a world where clean drinking is survival, anything that keeps hands and mouths off shared surfaces is worth its weight. Metal straws won't be on anyone's top 10 list, but when things get real, you'll be glad you grabbed them early. Number 3. Silicone baking mats. You've probably got one in your kitchen right now, but you're not thinking about it like a survival tool. Silicone baking mats aren't just for cookies and oven trays. In a shutdown scenario, they become one of the most versatile, heat-resistant surfaces you'll own and one that almost nobody thinks to prep with. First, let's talk about cooking. When you're working with makeshift stoves, campfires, or even solar ovens, A silicone baking mat gives you a non-stick, reusable surface to cook or heat food on. No foil, no problem. These mats hold up to serious heat and can be wiped clean with just a cloth. That's critical when water for washing is limited. But here's where it gets really valuable. They're flexible, waterproof, and insulating. That means you can use them as heat barriers, mini fireproof trays, or even lay them under gear to protect from moisture. Got a hot pan? Place it on the mat. Leaky canister? Line the shelf with it. They also double as a clean prep surface. Making food, doing first aid, or sorting supplies? Throw down the mat and you've got a sanitized, slip-resistant workspace that's ready in seconds. The best part? They're super thin, rollable, and take up almost no space in your pack. You can fit 2 or 3 in your go bag without even noticing the weight. And because they're built to last, one mat could easily get you through months of rugged use. Your prep move? Grab a couple high-quality, oven-safe mats, not the dollar store versions. Look for FDA-grade silicone with heat ratings over 400 Fahrenheit. Wipe clean, dry flat, and store rolled or folded. Keep one in your camp kitchen kit and stash the others with your utility gear. In a shutdown, versatility wins. And a silicone baking mat? That's quiet versatility at its best. Number 4. Portable USB fans or clip fans. Nobody's thinking about staying cool when they're stocking food and batteries, but the second that heat wave hits, you'll wish you had a USB fan. And not just for comfort, this tiny device can literally help keep you stable. In any shutdown, especially during summer, cooling becomes serious business. No AC, no ceiling fans, and now you're stuck in a hot room with stale air, rising temp, and zero circulation. That's when portable USB fans or clip-on desk fans become survival gear. They use barely any power, run off power banks or solar stations, and can run for hours on a single charge. Now imagine a packed household, windows closed for safety, or a tent-style shelter situation. Air movement isn't optional. It helps control temperature, sweat, even odor. And for elderly folks or kids, even a small fan can reduce heat stress big time. There's more. Clip fans are ideal for ventilating small grow kits, drying wet clothes, clearing smoke from cooking, or cooling down sensitive electronics. Stick one above a cooking station, inside a tent, or next to your charging hub. They work anywhere because they're lightweight, adjustable, and quiet. But here's the trick. These vanish fast once outages start. You won't find them after the power goes out. And the cheap ones? They break fast, overheat, or drain batteries. You need fans with good airflow, sturdy clips, and compatibility with USB-A or C. Your prep move? Grab 2 to 4 solid quality clip or mini USB fans. Test them with your power banks. Keep one near your bed, one in your bug-out bag, and one packed with your heatwave gear. Some models even come with rechargeable batteries. Double win. In a shutdown, comfort becomes capability. If you can't rest, you can't think. And if you can't cool down, everything feels worse than it already is. Don't wait until the air gets heavy. Prep now while they're still easy to get. Number 5. Floor grates or mesh screens. At first glance, floor grates or metal mesh screens don't scream survival essential. But when the airflow stops, when bugs are swarming, or when you're forced to seal off your living space, these little panels suddenly become critical. Think about any shelter setup, whether you're in a basement, attic, garage, or tent. You'll need airflow, but you can't leave large openings exposed. That's where mesh screens come in. They let air move but keep pests out, and during long shutdowns, that's huge. No one wants to deal with flies, mosquitoes, or worse while trying to eat, sleep, or recover. If you're using a propane heater, rocket stove, or just burning candles for heat, ventilation becomes life or death. A simple mesh panel over a cutout in cardboard or plywood becomes a safe exhaust point. And floor grates? They're useful for raising supplies off wet ground or creating drainage layers under food bins and water containers. That's the gear-saving strategy right there. They're also tough enough to double as drying racks for clothes or herbs, improvised cooking surfaces, or even traction layers in muddy entryways. In a pinch, strong mesh can be bent into baskets, animal traps, or tool holders. The downside? These aren't something you can just grab last minute. Home improvement stores run out of this stuff fast once DIY setups start trending after a disaster. And once they're gone, your airflow and storage flexibility disappear with them. Your prep move? Pick up a few steel or aluminum mesh sheets and a couple of floor grates from a hardware store. Nothing fancy, just durable and multi-use. Cut them to fit plastic bins, window holes, or door cracks. Keep them wrapped or stacked flat. They store easily and do way more than you'd think. In a shutdown, airflow, hygiene, and protection all matter, and this one item quietly supports all three. Number 6. Magnetic tool holder bars. Most people think of magnetic tool bars as something you slap on a garage wall to hold wrenches, but in a shutdown, these become one of the most underrated organization tools you can own. When space is tight and access matters, a magnetic bar gives you instant control. Think about your gark knives, flashlights, scissors, screwdrivers, lighters, tweezers. All of it needs to be easy to reach and not buried in a box when the precious one. One glance, one grab, that's what a magnetic holder gives you. They're especially useful inside metal-sided sheds, trailers, RVs, or toolboxes, where drilling or shelf mounting might not be an option. Stick one up, and now everything you use daily is visible and secured. Need to keep track of small tools during a repair? Use a portable one to stick parts right where you're working. Even better, some prepper kits now include magnetic strips inside cabinet doors or on folding tables. It's not just for organization, it's for speed, efficiency, and safety. No digging, no fumbling, no wasted time when things get tense. Plus, if you're working in low light with headlamps or lanterns, you don't want to be rifling through pouches or drawers. This makes access brainless even for kids or anyone helping out, but they don't last on shelves. After disasters, hardware stores get picked clean just of tools, but everything used to organize them. And these bars? They go fast once people realize how useful they are. Your prep move? Get a couple magnetic toolbars, short or long, depending on your setup. Stick one in your garage, bug-out vehicle, or near your generator or cook setup. Keep the rest with your modular gear station. In a crisis, clutter costs time and time costs options. This one bar can save both. Number 7. Solar heating reflective Mylar blankets. Everyone knows about those little foil-looking emergency blankets. They're cheap, light, and in almost every bug-out bag. But what most people don't realize is that larger, solar heating reflective Mylar blankets are a whole different level of useful. These aren't the pocket-sized crinkle sheets you toss and forget. We're talking about full-body, thick-layered, multi-use covers that can reflect body heat, line shelters, insulate gear, or even turn sunlight into warmth during the coldest nights. In a shutdown, heating becomes a real problem, especially if you're dealing with power loss, fuel shortages, or exposure. One of these large reflective blankets can capture and hold heat around your bedroll, help heat up a small space by reflecting warmth back into it, or line the inside of a tent or vehicle for added insulation. You can even hang them behind a stove or heater to redirect heat where it matters. Moisture wrap water jugs to keep them from freezing. And if you're cooking with sunlight, a well-placed Mylar sheet boosts solar ovens or heating boxes significantly. The best part? They fold down flat, weigh almost nothing, and can last through multiple uses if treated right. Rain? They're water resistant. Wind? They double as wind barriers. Visibility? They're shiny as hell, great for signaling if you're stuck or need attention. But here's the kicker. These don't last long on shelves during a crisis. Most people grab the small ones first, then realize they need something better, and by then the good stuff's gone. Your prep move? Buy at least 2 full-size reflective blankets. Get the ones with reinforced edges and grommets if you can. Use one in your sleep kit, keep another packed with shelter gear or in your vehicle. You won't believe how much warmth and utility one thin sheet can deliver. In a shutdown, heat is comfort, survival, and strength, and this gives you all three in your back pocket. Number 8. Magnetic LED strip lights. When the power goes out, lighting becomes one of the first things you miss. Flashlights are fine. Candles work in a pinch, but nothing beats hands-free. Room-wide lighting like a magnetic LED strip. It's one of those items that feels like a luxury until you don't have it. These strips are lightweight, USB-powered, and insanely efficient. Most can be powered off a simple power bank or portable battery, and they produce soft but strong light that can brighten up a cooking space, sleeping area, or workspace without eating up energy. Unlike hanging lanterns, they mount flat. Unlike flashlights, you're not holding them in your teeth while you try to work. You just stick them up and go. The magnetic backing is what makes them a game changer. You can attach them to any metal surface walls, shelves, beams, even the side of a vehicle. And if your space isn't metal, most come with adhesive metal strips that let you mount them anywhere. That means you can light up a basement shelter, a closet-turned pantry, or the inside of your tent with zero effort. And in shutdown situations, visibility matters. Whether you're managing supplies, reading maps, doing first aid, or just trying to calm kids down, consistent, reliable lighting lowers stress and prevents accidents. One slip, one misstep in the dark can mean injury. This tiny investment gives you total control over your environment. They also charge fast, last long, and many come with motion sensors or dimming options so you don't burn battery when you don't need to. The problem? These vanish fast once power outages hit. They're not top of mind for most shoppers until everyone's stuck in the dark and realizes how handy they are. By then, good luck finding quality ones online or in stores. Your prep move? Pick up 2-3 LED Street. Rips get the USB or rechargeable models with at least 4 hours runtime. Test them, label them, and pack them with your shelter or lighting kit. When the lights go out, you don't want to rely on chance. You want gear that makes your setup safer, calmer, and smarter, and this one delivers exactly that. Number 9, rechargeable head, shaving mirrors. A mirror probably isn't the first thing you think of when prepping, but when you need one and don't have it, you'll know fast. Especially a small, rechargeable head or shaving mirror that lights up on its own. In a grid-down situation, grooming isn't about looking good, it's about hygiene, infection control, and personal safety. Whether you're shaving, inspecting a wound, removing a splinter, or just trying to wash up properly in low light, a lit mirror gives you precision when visibility's at its worst. These little rechargeable units are compact, lightweight, and easy to mount or hang. Most have built-in LED lights that give you a full glow around the mirror, face-perfect for close-up tasks when lanterns or headlamps cast shadows. Some even have magnifying sides, which is huge for dealing with ticks, cuts, or anything that needs close inspection. Let's say you're living off-grid or camping in an enclosed space like a trailer or tent. There's no natural light, and you've only got one hand free. Trying to clip nails, clean your face, or take care of a minor wound without clear sight? That's a real challenge. With one of these mirrors, you don't need someone else to help. You've got your own clean, stable station for hygiene and checks. And don't forget morale. In long shutdowns, feeling dirty, scruffy, or out of control can wear people down. Having a lit mirror gives you back a sense of normalcy. Just being able to clean up properly or check your skin and teeth can boost mental clarity. Your prep move? Pick one up with a USB charging option, not batteries. Wrap it in a towel and store it in your hygiene or med kit, because when the world goes dark, seeing yourself clearly might be more powerful than you think. Number 10, cycling tire levers and patch kits. When gas runs dry or roads are jammed, bicycles become gold. Quiet, efficient, and able to go places vehicles can't, they're one of the smartest backup transportation tools in any collapse. But here's the thing, most people don't think about what keeps that bike rolling. That's where tire levers and patch kits come in. It only takes one nail, thorn, or cracked rim to put your bike out of commission. And in a shutdown, there's no repair shop down the road, no spare inner tubes at the local store. If you don't have the tools to fix a flat on your own, your mobility is gone just like that. Tire levers are lightweight plastic or metal tools that help you pop the tire off the rim without damaging it. Patch kits include glue, rubber patches, and sometimes sandpaper to roughen the tubelletting. You seal tiny punctures and keep riding. The whole kit can fit in your hand, but it can carry you for miles. Even if you're not riding a bike now, someone in your group might be, or you might end up needing one from a neighbor, barter, or salvage. And believe me, once bikes become the main form of transport, the little things like patch kits disappear fast. And it's not just transportation. Bikes with carts or saddlebags can help you haul water, firewood, or supplies from far-off points. But that only works if your tires stay solid. One flat with no patch? You're carrying everything by hand. Your prep move? Get 2 to 3 patch kits and a couple strong tire levers. Practice once, just once, and you'll know how to do it under pressure. Keep one kit with your bike and another in your tools or go bag. In a shutdown, you want options. And a working bike with a ready patch kit? That's a whole new level of freedom. Number 11, wire cooling racks. You probably have one sitting in your kitchen right now, but I guarantee you haven't thought about it as a survival tool. Wire cooling racks, the kind used for baking cookies or bread, are actually ridiculously versatile in a shutdown scenario. And they're one of the first low-key items to disappear once people start building DIY setups. Let's start with the obvious. Cooking. If you're using a makeshift stove, campfire, or even a solar oven, a wire rack gives you a raised surface to place pots, pans, or food directly over heat without burning the bottom. It keeps airflow consistent and prevents direct contact with flames or embers. But that's just one use. These racks also double as drying grids for soaked gear, meat, herbs, or clothes. They can be laid flat in a ventilated area, hung vertically, or stacked to create multi-level drying setups. And if you're trying to cool down cooked food or boiled water, the airflow they allow makes it faster and safer. Got a small space that needs airflow at the bottom? Place one under your cooler, water jugs, or even your bedding to keep things lifted off damp ground or allow drainage. No shelves? Stand one vertically and hang utensils or gear from it. And if things get really tough, the stronger ones can be repurposed as makeshift grates, sieves, even animal barriers or traps. You can bend them, wire them together, or mount them into frames for dozens of quick fixes. Here's the catch. These racks aren't something people normally stockpile. But once folks realize they're useful beyond the kitchen, they vanish. And the good ones, thick steel, sturdy welds, wide surface area go first. Your prep move? Pick up 2-3 cooling racks. Stackable if possible. Get the kind with solid grid patterns, not just parallel bars. Store one with your cooking gear, and the rest with your shelter or tools. It's a quiet, everyday item, but in a shutdown, a simple wire rack might be doing 5 jobs at once. That's prep efficiency done right. Let's be honest, most people aren't going to prep any of this. They'll scroll, nod, maybe think, that's smart, and then do nothing. But not you. You made it this far because something in your gut knows it's not if, it's when. And when things go sideways, the people who notice the small stuff, the ones who picked up that weird little item no one else thought about, they're the ones who get through it smoother. So here's the deal if you're tired of generic advice. If you actually want to be the person who's ready while everyone else is scrambling, hit that subscribe. Simple as that. We're not here for fear. We're here to think ahead, to prep smart. No fluff, no fear-mongering, just stuff that works. Next time the world gets weird, you'll be the one saying, yeah, I saw that coming.